Are you about to make a huge mistake in your first home purchase? With the market shifting so fast, you can't afford to miss these crucial tips, especially if you want to stay ahead of other buyers. Hey everyone, welcome back to Life in London, where we break down where to eat, work, play, and live life in the Forest City. I'm your host, Dania. I'm also a local real estate expert here in London and Southwestern Ontario. If you're new here, make sure that you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and click that bell icon so you don't miss any insider tips and updates. Engaging in this way tells the YouTube gods that this channel is helpful to other viewers looking for the same information about real estate and London, Ontario. If you're watching this video, you're likely getting ready to buy your first home. If you're not, feel free to watch. But if you're first-time home buyers, I recommend you stick around. And let me tell you, this is going to be one of the most exciting and nerve-wracking moments of your life. Buying a house, that is.
We did it!
They bought a house.
Before you dive into that journey, you're going to need to know something. One wrong move can cost you thousands, cause lots of stress and anxiety, and make you hate the process.
I just don't want to do it anymore.
Simple mistakes like underestimating hidden costs or going into negotiations unprepared can completely derail your plans. In today's fast-moving market, time is your biggest enemy. Hesitating on critical steps could mean paying way more than you ever should. Or even worse, losing the house of your dreams to another buyer. But don't worry, I got your back. In this video, I'm going to show you how to avoid the most common and expensive mistakes first-time homebuyers make. Plus, I'm going to give you the tools to stay ahead of the game. All right, let's dive in with our first essential tip for every first-time homebuyer: mortgage pre-approvals. I can't tell you how important this is. Before you even start browsing homes online, you need to get a pre-approval for a mortgage. Think of it like your golden ticket. Not only does it show sellers you're serious, but it also sets a clear expectation for what you can afford, so you don't waste time drooling over homes outside your budget. Too many first-time homebuyers fall in love with a house only to find out later it's way beyond their financial reach. Getting pre-approved helps you avoid that disappointment and ensures that you can move quickly when the right property comes along. And in today's fast-moving market, having a pre-approval ready can give you an edge over other buyers who don't take the time to do this crucial step. Next is finding the right agent. It's critical. There are tons of agents out there. It can be overwhelming trying to pick the right one. Here's the truth though, not all agents are created equal, especially for first-time home buyers. You want someone who doesn't just know the market, but who will listen to your needs and guide you through the process and explain things in a way that makes sense to you.
Help me understand.
This is one of the biggest decisions of your life, so don't leave it in the hands of somebody that you don't trust or connect with. Look for an agent with experience in helping first-time buyers, someone who can offer insights that go beyond finding the home, like helping you through negotiations, paperwork, and even the closing process. Remember, this is a team effort, and having the right agent can make all the difference. Well, I'm in Ontario, and in Ontario, there's a few things you need to understand about working with a realtor that you will face regardless of who you work with. So you need to be prepared for these conversations. 1, you're going to be asked if you have a current agreement with another agent, because buyers can only work with one agent for their specific needs and location. 2, you will have to review and sign specific documents with your realtor of choice before previewing properties. This is a requirement of the Real Estate Council of Ontario, or what we call RECO, and the Trust in Real Estate Services Act 2002 that we are obligated to follow. Agents and consumers need to know what the intentions are from both sides and the options prior to beginning a professional relationship. Number 3 is having an agent working for you on your behalf means having someone who is looking out for you, not the seller. You are not going to save money by going to the seller's agent. So why not have somebody who works strictly for you to get you the best deal possible and protect you? Here are questions that you should ask a realtor before you agree to work with them. How long have they been working as a realtor, and how many first-time buyers have they helped? Experience with first-time buyers can make a big difference in guiding you through the process. Number 2 is, are you familiar with the specific neighborhoods I'm interested in? Local expertise is critical for finding the right home and understanding market trends. I can't tell you how many times I have worked with people after they have bought a home and they need to sell because they worked with somebody who didn't know the ins and outs of the neighborhood and oversold them a home, and it was terrible. The question is, how do you typically communicate with your clients and how often? Clear communication is key, so you'll want to know how often you can expect updates and via what channels: phone, text, email. Let them know what your preferred method of communication is. Can you provide references and testimonials from recent clients? These should be really clear for you on Google or Rank My Agent, different places that actually collect referrals from clients. So it's important to hear from past clients about their experiences with an agent because it helps you know what to expect. Strategy is the next question. How can you help me to compete in a competitive market? You want to know how to handle negotiations, multiple offers, and securing the best deal for you. Next, do you have a network of trusted professionals that I could rely on if needed, like mortgage brokers, home inspectors, lawyers? Having a reliable network can streamline the process and provide you peace of mind. How will you help me understand the current real estate market and how it affects my home search? You need someone who can explain market trends, pricing, and what to expect in terms of timing. The next question is, what is your availability for showings and how flexible are you with scheduling? Make sure they have time to show you homes and are available when you need them. If you're a shift worker and you work afternoons, you need to have somebody who's available during the day, not just night times. Or if you work on the weekends, they need to be available during the week and not the weekends. Make sure that they are on the same schedule as you are. How do you help buyers stay within their budget while still finding the best home? An agent should help you stick to your budget and guide you in finding the right home without overspending and find you a home that you love. These questions ensure that you're choosing a realtor who is not only experienced but also a good fit for your needs and communication style. Let's talk about knowing the must-haves and the wants in a home. It seems obvious, but you'd be surprised how many buyers walk into a showing without having a clear idea of what they really want. Sure, it's easy to say you want a nice kitchen or a backyard, but what are your actual non-negotiables that you haven't thought about? Do you need 3 bedrooms because you're planning a family? Is being close to work or public transit essential? It's important to make sure you have a clear list of your needs versus wants and avoid falling in love with a home that doesn't actually meet your long-term goals. The emotion of home buying can sweep you away, so having this list will help you make smart decisions instead of emotional ones. One tip I find helpful to my clients is rating homes they see out of 10. If you find a home that you feel is an 8 in all the things that you want or above, consider placing an offer on that home. Very hard to find a home that is 10 out of 10. If you do, you're lucky. But 8 or above is actually going to cover almost everything you need. Next, we're going to cover researching economical and environmental factors. That can impact your home's long-term value. Sure, you might find a house that's perfect today, it's a good price, but what about 5 or 10 years down the road? Are there developments planned or in the works that could boost or decrease the value of your property? Are you buying in a flood zone? These are all things that could affect your home's resale value or even your quality of life. Doing this research up front will not only protect your investment, but also give you peace of mind that you've made a smart and informed decision. Now, here's something that might come as a surprise. What if you find your dream home, but it's currently rented out, has a tenant in it? This can be tricky. And in Ontario, tenants have rights, and a lot of them, which means you may not be able to take possession of the home right away, even after your offer is accepted and it's closed. There are specific rules about giving notice to tenants, and you need to be aware of those timelines and the risks involved. Sometimes buying a rented home might mean waiting several months to move in because the tenant doesn't leave, or even negotiating with the current tenants to give them what we call cash for keys. It's a situation that needs careful consideration, and you will want your agent to guide you through that, ensuring you don't make any missteps that could delay your move or cause legal headaches. Knowing what conditions to include in your offer is This is so important, and many first-time buyers don't think about it beyond the price. Your offer isn't just about the price, it's also about protecting yourself with the right conditions, being able to do what we call due diligence. Should you include a home inspection? Yes, always. What about financing conditions? Pretty much always. Even if you're pre-approved, you're going to want to make sure that your financing is locked down for that specific property, and a finance condition gives you that leeway to do that. A well-constructed offer is a safety net for you, ensuring that you don't end up with unexpected surprises after the deal is done. All right, now that you got a solid foundation on the buying process, let's talk about one of the most critical and often misunderstood parts about it. Negotiating. So whether you're negotiating the price, the conditions, or even the closing date, this is where deals are made or lost. It's about strategy, timing, and reading what the seller's needs are. Your agent should be able to communicate with the other agent and find out what some of these things are. There's more to this than just negotiating the numbers. Negotiation is so important and can have so many varied parts to it and scenarios that I put together a free downloadable booklet for you with the top 5 things that every buyer must know about negotiating to help you stay ahead of the game, help you plan, help you know what things look like. Just click the link in the description below and grab it for free. It's a quick read, but it's packed with tips and tricks that could help save you thousands of dollars. A lot of first-time buyers think negotiation is walking in and demanding the lowest price or pushing for specific conditions and telling that seller what they're going to sell their home for.
Here's my first and final offer.
But that's not how it works. Successful negotiation is about understanding the market. Are you in a seller's market? Are you in a buyer's market? Or are you in a balanced market? How you can leverage all of that. And what are the seller's needs? Maybe the seller is looking for a quick closing, not necessarily the price. Maybe you're looking to have a flip and they've done some renovations that they think are absolutely stunning, and you're going to rip them all out. And you don't want to tell them that because they're emotionally attached to the home, and they might not choose you or accept your offer because they don't want to see their home and the hard work they've done destroyed. The more you understand about what's important to the seller, the better you can tailor your offer to stand out. Flexibility on small things like closing dates or repairs can sometimes help you win the deal over a buyer who's offering the same price but is more demanding. Negotiation is about finding that sweet spot where both parties feel like they have won. I know you're probably wondering about different neighborhoods in London where you should buy. You might have heard things about the east part of the city that doesn't quite line up with reality. Trust me, it is not what people think. If you're curious about what it's really like living in East London, where it's good for you to buy, and whether it could be the perfect spot for your first home, check out my video on East London